Liverpool v. everybody. You all know what it's about. We are here to speak on the newest signing, the Japanese forward or midfielder, um, Takumi Minamino. Now, I have Gerri with me. Gerri, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Good. Before I get into it, I think there were talks amongst us as a supporter base of who was the best player for their team over the both legs, whether it was Holland,
hmm
obviously Minamino, and then the other forward, Chan, the South
Yeah,
Korean.
is it
And
Hwang?
say again?
I think his name was Hwang. Hwang, I don't know, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Huang He Chan, I think it is.
Wolves, Wolves on him.
Yeah, and so for me, I think obviously Holland gets the goal in the first game, but other than that, I don't think he's done much. I think he probably, as far as Europe is concerned, is probably the guy that a lot of guys are looking at. But I thought the South Korean Hwang and Japanese player Minamino, especially, were the ones who stood out for me. And the fact that we're waking up this morning and seeing tweets about signing him, I think it's a 7 million release clause, if I'm not wrong.
hmm
It's just amazing, and it just continues to show you that when Klopp sees something he likes, um, him and Edwards get together and they make it happen. To get a player of that quality, it looks to be that quality, for that low of a price, and obviously we have a history with the RB teams, um, a business history or whatever. So it's just brilliant, man, Gary. Like, what are your thoughts when you saw that? I was telling you guys, I thought I was dreaming. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a joke. I know someone posted something about James Pierce. I thought that was like a fake account at first, and then I went to go look at it. But wow, I mean, what are your thoughts on this guy? This is coming out of nowhere for me.
Yeah, it's definitely come out of nowhere because obviously a lot of us spoke about it after the game in October and obviously last night, well, the night before, sorry, in the match. And we said they got a few decent players there, and I said Haaland, I said he's a good player, but apart from that goal, that tap in, he didn't really do much. It was Hwang and Minamino. They did that nice little bit of play. Do you remember that little flick that Minamino did to Hwang, and they needed score to make 1-0 early on.
Yep.
Um, that was a fantastic bit of play. It's just it's great to see. What I did say to you a few days ago, I think before was it for the Salzburg preview? I said that I think we'll make a January signing. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
because I just know that what Klopp said. He said that if the right players out there, so when he said that, it was more like they're looking for one. They are looking for one. And he's the right player. I mean, he's someone said it on Twitter. He's like the Dortmund version that Klopp had of Kagawa.
Yeah.
That sort of signing, and it's going to be a fantastic bonus, not just for the future, but for these 5 or 6 months. Excuse me, 5 or 6 months that we have coming up because we've got a lot of games to play. Players are going to be tired during this period, and he's going to come in and give us some fresh legs in that midfield or in that forward line, in number 10 position. So it's a brilliant signing with all these competitions that we have coming up: Premier League, Champions League. Because they've changed that rule now. We can actually play in the Champions League now. So
Oh my god. Oh my god.
you can play in the Champions League too. So and it's going to
I
be
mean,
fantastic.
but even if that rule was still in place, they've gone down to the Europa League. So would it have counted anyway, or
Possibly. I'm not.
just Europe in general?
I'm not sure really with their dumb
Okay.
rules. I mean, it's just
Well, anyway, he'll be able to play, so that's the main thing.
yeah.
Uh, Looking at his stats right now, um, in the Austrian Cup in their league, obviously in 2 matches he's got 2 goals. In the Austrian Bundesliga, he's got 5 goals, 5 assists.
40.
Champions, yeah. So he's getting goals and he's getting assists. So
Mhm.
I mean, I'm just again this team, man. I really thought I was dreaming because it's just the good news, um, it just continues to get it just continues to improve. And I know there are people putting out videos. Redman TV one saying that there was news that we would sign in January. I was always in between. I just didn't know. I didn't, or if we would, where we would sign someone. But to be able to poach this guy for 7 million again with that talent, and forget his talent in the Bundesliga in Austria. Playing under Klopp, he's going to become just a whole different player, and that's what we all should be looking forward to. Um, and yeah, we do have a lot of games, and we can expect to see him playing. That's just another weapon in our armor, and it's crazy, man. It's just crazy to see that we have signed him. Now we've seen when he's played at Salzburg. How do you think Klopp might use him?
Um, it's going to be interesting because he's more of like a number 10 sort of player, isn't he? And obviously,
Consider replacement.
yeah. Um, we were going to get Fekir, weren't we? And that shut down. We never sort of got one. Um, so yeah, finally we've got the Coutinho replacement maybe. But he's just going to be a different player. A player that can play in the midfield three, a player that I think could possibly play in the forward line, a player that can play in a 4-2-3-1. Because the thing with him is he's got energy and he works hard, and you can see that. He around the pitch as well. So, and you look at the players that we have. Forget Salah, Firmino, Mane. I'm talking about the backup players now. Minamino, Shaqiri,
Oh
Origi.
boy.
You know what I mean? The talent we have in this team is exceptional. And I think he's going to be more of a Lallana type replacement, because I think Lallana's going to be leaving, but he's
Good point.
going to be obviously more involved than Lallana. But yeah, it's a great sign. As I said, he's going to really help us in this 5 or 6 months, and then we can sort of get a full pre-season under him, and then build on from there.
Now that's the one thing that obviously he's fit. We're not getting a guy that has been injured at their last club or has an injury history. Even I'm reading that his injury history is pretty damn clean, if not perfect. So yeah, it's an exciting signing. It will be interesting to see where he plays him.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
and quickly. Yeah. I was just gonna say
good.
quickly. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say quickly before you make that point. It's gonna be interesting to see, does he come into the team sort of straight away, or would he be sort of that being eased into the team? That'll be gonna be a really interesting thing, because he wants to learn the system and learn how we play before then actually coming into games.
I mean, you kind of took the words out of my mouth, and I think we have to see that. But again, it just shows. Look, this guy is in a settled team right now, where he's starting every game seemingly, and he's one of their best players. For him to leave that team, come to Liverpool, knowing that he won't right away be a starter, it's big. I don't know how young he is. Is he 24 or 25?
24.
Yeah. So again, it just shows that. We used to say this about, I did, about Pep and how is he getting these players knowing that they won't start right away. But they believed in what Pep was doing at the time. And I think the players that we bring in, whether it be January, if this is not the only player we bring in, which probably I'd imagine it will be, but who knows with Michael Edwards and Klopp. But he's able to just put that aside and say, look, I got a chance to go play with Liverpool. Look, thank you, RB Salzburg, everything you did for me. We had a nice run in the Champions League. I'm sure you'll do well in the Europa League, but I'm going with Klopp. I'm going to win trophies. I'm going to help them in any way that I can. And so
he's going to get a Premier League first few months, isn't he?
Say again?
He's going to get a Premier League medal in his first few months.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And I'm going to say this. Son is incredible form. He's been great over the past few seasons. Under Klopp, though, I think this Minamino fellow could really, really, really start to put on the map, just another great Asian player. And the point the thing is, there's probably a lot of them out there playing in clubs like RB
Japanese.
Salzburg. Yeah. But they're kind of under the radar because of the league they play in, the team they play on. But I think that's why the Champions League is so great, because you get to see these world stars that you don't get to see on a regular basis. So what Klopp is going to do with this Minamino fellow is I just can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. And it would just be nice I just love the fact that Liverpool now are just a team full of just people from all over the world. We've got so many different nationalities in there. Apparently this guy speaks 4 or 5 languages. So that won't be an issue. And you would have thought that would have been something that Klopp, took into consideration when he got the guy. But I just love seeing all the compilations now of Klopp's face and his reactions when we played them. And they would show Minamino doing something, and then Klopp would kind of nod his head or, have a reaction. But, no, this is big news. Great news. Again, I love the ones that come out of nowhere. Fabinho was the same way when we got him. And
so even though we knew about Van Dijk, we didn't know he was coming in January.
Yeah, true. That was also a surprise. And honestly, since you brought him up, there was a moment there where I was thinking, man, he might pick between us. Who was the other? Was it City? Was that the other team that was really after him?
Yeah, and Chelsea wanted him as well, didn't they?
Okay, and you thought, City were doing so good. Chelsea had won way more leagues than we had in recent time. So it was like, damn, are we gonna get our guy? But they got their guy, and the rest is history. So Yeah, man. Look, there'll be fans who are thinking, well, wow, that maybe that's the end of Shaqiri or maybe that's the end of Lallana or whatever. We can't really worry about that. I think Jam said it on the last time we were on. It's about Liverpool. We're about winning, getting trophies, and doing the best we can to move the club forward. If certain players are shelved out at some point or are not playing, we all have our favorites and all that, but it's about making the team better. And I think this move clearly makes the team that much better. I mean, we're already incredible, but to add a player like this for that price, I'll keep saying that because to me, that could potentially be one of the best steals of all time, maybe. I mean, 7 million for a player of this caliber and at that age is pretty damn good. And I love that they just jumped on it. They didn't wait because now it looked like there were other teams that were trying to sniff around and get him. But the
This is
other,
how this we do deals, isn't it? Under the radar,
yeah,
and this
yeah.
is how we get them done.
I mean, it's really crazy. So yeah, looking forward to that what do they call it? The lean, oh god, the edge. What is it? Something wood.
Announcement.
No, yeah, but it's the
Oh, Melwood Lean, the Melwood
yeah,
Lean.
yeah. There we go. The Melwood lean. And see what number he picks on his shirt and all of that. I'm just excited, man. This is
19,
say again.
might be 19 for 19 Premier League titles.
Ah, that'd be nice. Because Monty used to wear that, but now that's vacant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I feel like this guy can really, really fit in our team. Again, the language situation, he speaks a few different languages. And yeah, so yeah, it will be interesting to see. The good thing is again that he is fit. He is coming from. I mean, he's playing a lot of football, and it'll be interesting to see. When and where Klopp will slot him in. But yeah, with this fixture list, this is going to be really, really big. Um, so yeah, it's great news today. Just a great week so far. Obviously, topping the group in the Champions League, and then getting this player is just great news. And like I said, I thought it was a joke. I saw it I woke up. First thing I did is go to the Twitter chat, and I saw that, and I was thinking, no way, this can't be. And I think honestly, of those three guys I mentioned, he looked the best against us anyway.
Yeah. I mean, the
In
thing is,
both
like,
matches.
right, Aaron, it's a perfect fit for us. It's a player that we can take and improve. He's not at his best, but he's a good player, but he can go to another level. And this is the
Yep.
players that we want. This is the players that we make. We don't. I said it in the chat on Twitter. I said, we buy players. We don't buy superstars with big egos. We make superstars. And that's what we done with Salah. That's what we done with Mane. Even Van Dijk, Alisson, all these players, Fabinho, they've all been great players, but they've gone up to another level.
Yeah, great point.
And this is going to be another sign like that. I can't wait to see his progress on the club, and it's just it's great for us to do a deal in January because obviously in the summer, with the Euros coming up and all these competitions, it's tough to do deals sometimes. So it's another addition in the squad for the future, and I'm over the moon really.
Yeah, and I wonder if Klopp did think of that Kagawa situation. Maybe this can be my kind of jackknife kind of element of surprise for teams. And we just keep getting better. And I think that's obviously their model of what you said. I love how you worded that. Just, we don't buy superstars, we make them. And it's so funny to see talks about, Neymar and even Sancho to a degree. Not to say that can't happen. But I just feel like again, Klopp, and that's why again when we talk about the best managers, you have to put Klopp in that bunch because he's not sure he's spending money, but he's not buying necessarily known world class talents. He's taking these guys who have some skill and are very good, and putting them on the world stage, and then people are starting to say, wow, these guys are really at the top of the level right now, and so
it's because of that man. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the project he's done with this team, and how, like you said, even Van Dijk. Yes, we knew him from Celtic, and he was decent there, and in Southampton he was really good there, but he was nowhere near the player he is now.
Yeah.
So that's Klopp. That's Klopp. That's the team. That's how it's built, and all the guys around who make the choices on scouting.
And also players he's walked into. You look at it like Lovren. Lovren's improved massively if you look at it. Compared to what
massive. I mean, go through that whole squad. I mean, literally, go through the whole squad and tell me one person under Klopp that hasn't improved their game. You can't give me one. You can't give me one.
Mm.
So
I mean,
it's
even
clearly
Lallana, when Lallana came in that
everybody.
16-17 season, was incredible, and it just injury set it back.
I mean,
Even a young, like, look at that. Look at Alexander Arnold. How what
bro,
the sort of
Robertson,
Roberts,
everybody.
everything. So
It's like
it's
nobody had their eye on Robertson, and now Robertson, in my opinion, clearly is the best left back in the league, and top three in the world, I guess
there's
you
only
could say.
one. Yeah, there's only one side. Yeah, no. Well, he's definitely the best. For me, he's the best left back in the world, in my opinion. There's no one better than him. And
Defensively, going forward, I mean, he does it
I
all.
mean, he was brilliant on Tuesday. Defensively, he was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
It was a much more mature it was a much more mature performance from him on Tuesday against Salzburg. Last ditch tackles, one-on-one defending, fantastic everything. He's so switched on, isn't he?
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, as I said, the only sign I can point out and say that was a fail was Karius. I
But
think that was a poor sign.
but see, even with Karius though, like we got to remember, he was the goalkeeper that was in the team to get us to the Champions League final. And sure, the final he was terrible. We all know that. But what did Klopp do? He didn't waste time. He didn't say, "Oh, we'll give him another year," which he does with some players. He knew for this team to go to the next level, he had made all these changes, getting Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, all these guys. That was the last piece. And so that's why I respect him. Yes, there's certain players that we can say maybe he kept Lallana too long, maybe he kept Lovren too long, but he knew with those two players they can get better or they can do a job more consistently than this guy Karius. To lose a game like that and for it to really be down to yes, I like getting hurt, but to Karius, it was
And
Karius
also,
who really messed us up.
yeah, and I mean, even that, I think Clavan was a fantastic signing for £4 million.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I just think,
Karius is the only one really.
yeah, I just think he made too many mistakes in his first season. Even in his second season, the amount of goals he conceded is near post. Roma away, he pushes the ball to Dzeko right in front of him. There's a lot of mistakes that he made that went unnoticed. So yeah, I mean that he was a poor signing, but again, as I said, ruthless took him out of the squad,
Yep.
and the final jigsaw of what we needed to challenge, which was the goalkeeper. I listened, and as I said, it's a transformation, as you can see it.
Yeah, I just can't wait to go look on YouTube now to see all the people posting videos of the breaking news and the
It's gonna be
compilations of
interesting tomorrow on his
say
pre-match press conference.
say again.
It's going to be interesting to see what Klopp says tomorrow. There's a pre-match press conference for Watford.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, today Thursday already? Damn,
Yeah,
it is Thursday. Shit. Yeah. So that would be cool to see. Um, I just love it. I love it, man. And especially when you see that if you're just still a little wondering if it was true or not, you went to go look at what the RB Leipzig guy said, and
yeah,
I mean RB Salzburg guy said, and it was like, yeah, it's true. So I'm over the moon, man. I mean, I can't express how much I'm excited to see this guy fit into our team. And the fact that we have him is all I need to know. As far as when they use him, that's up to Klopp. We can wait patiently and we know the right time will be when he puts him in. But I expect it to be sooner than maybe some of us think. I really do because again, with all the games, we got to know what he can offer us. It doesn't make any sense to keep him out too long. So, like I said, again, a fit player looks like he fits right into the system as far as guys who can the work rate, the running back. Now I got to watch the Salzburg game back just to see exactly because obviously I'm watching more our team than theirs, but I definitely do remember him popping up and doing some amazing things for his team. So, yeah, man, this is just great news, and it just makes me even more excited for the summer to see the outgoings and the incoming. So
January.
say again.
You think we'll sign any more in January?
See, this is so hard to say now because honestly, again, like I said, I was in between. I thought we could do with the signing, but I didn't think it was a big deal if we didn't. Uh, and again, this wasn't the necessary place in the team that I thought we'd sign someone. I thought it'd be more of a defensive um, choice, and which I think we still can. So, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull another rabbit out of the hat. Again, we're doing this again before January, which is great. We're making this deal before January, a few days before January, a few weeks, I should say, before January. So, honestly, yeah, I could see someone else coming in. Where that will be, I'm not even going to try to guess because again, I didn't see this one coming. So, I can see maybe one more. But that would be a real turning of over of a new leaf for Klopp. I don't think he's ever made more than one signing in January. Um,
Mm.
I'm sure someone in the conversation will let me know if I'm wrong. But so
I wouldn't mind a fullback, to be honest. If you can find a fullback, I think a
yeah,
fullback is really
yeah.
key for us.
I'm trying to think
You know,
who's even out there, but I know they scout well. So again, Andy
because
Robertson
it's
was on the Andy Robertson was on anyone's radar. If someone tells you that he was, they're lying. I mean, no one knew who this dude was, but they plucked him out. So, and it's so funny because recently I was reading something about how we might come to regret the fact that we let Alberto go, the guy who plays with Lazio now. And how he could have been our number 10. And then I wake up and this is just yesterday. Say again?
You can't even get into Lazio's team anymore.
Is that true? I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Well, there goes that.
He doesn't play for them anymore. He doesn't really get in that team.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. And then, but yeah, waking up, that was just yesterday seeing that. And of course, I didn't pay any mind to it. But waking up this morning to see that, or someone's just like, well, here we go. So, yeah, just great news. Again, welcome, Takumi Minamino. Can't wait to see this guy play. And I'm still just in shock. I'm still just in shock that we just turned over within 24 hours, pretty much, and made this happen. It's unbelievable, man. But yeah, any final thoughts on the player or any the team in general?
Yeah, and I just said, as I said, when I woke up today, it was just a huge shock. To see the game, especially for 7.5 million or 7.25, something like that. And Liverpool actually said that they value him about 20 million pounds.
Wow,
over that
I didn't see that. Wow.
Yeah, so to pass the game for 7 million is just what a fantastic deal that is. It is a fantastic. I can't say fantastic enough. It's brilliant. Yeah. I'm just today really, really happy, especially going into this Christmas period now. All these games now, the Watford Game Club World Cup is just giving us it's going to give us a huge boost in January, February. All these games coming up, because we'll have the Premier League wrapped up by if it's not wrapped up already, we'll have it wrapped up by January, February time. So, and for him to come into Premier League games where we're already at 15 points clear of first, it's going to give us a huge boost as well. So, it's a massive boot for Liverpool. And as I said, it's going to be interesting to see how he progresses on the clock. Because he could already turn into a world-class player in a couple of seasons.
Yeah. Well, Yōkoso is welcome in Japanese. So Yōkoso Minamino, and cheers to an incredible career at Liverpool. And as we all, I think I can speak for all of us, we can't wait to see him get on the pitch. Gerri, man, thanks for joining us, man. We'll try to get back to maybe do some build up on Watford, but right now I'm gonna go and watch some compilations on this fella.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. Nice. I'll see you later, mate.
All right, bro.